Alright, so hanging out, trying to finish up the 10,000 journals that I've got started on. I'm just going to wait for folks to show up and clean up my desk. My gosh. I was kind of in a little bit of a, I don't know, panic yesterday. I moved my desk. Well, actually moved my entire desk, whole workspace to the other side of the room. So now I'm kind of like under the windows in the den, and I really like it because I can just look right outside and yeah. And oh, hi, Corrine. Hi. I'm good. I'm waking up. It's kind of like my morning still. Hi, Brenda. I miss you. I meant to message you yesterday, but I didn't. I figured you were busy playing with your new camera. I can't wait to see all the videos you're going to put out for us. Yes, I had a good sleep, Anne. Hi. I did. I slept like 10 hours. No, not 10 hours. I think I slept 8 hours, which is good for me. I usually only do about 6. So since I stopped working my regular job, I have been actually catching up on sleep, which I guess that should be expected, but I've kind of flip-flopped my sleeping schedule, so I'm staying up all night and sleeping, and it irritates my mom, but what can you do? I share a house with my mom, and so I live here with my boyfriend and one of my sons, and then the other one is here on weekends. So anyway, and then I've got 3 that are grown and doing their own thing, and super proud of them. You didn't message because you know I was busy. Oh, coming to organize your space, Brenda? Yeah. Hi, Regina. I'm glad you made it. Right on. Hi. Oh, hi, Carla. Your computer issues. Yeah, I almost had computer issues. I lost my network for a minute there and almost freaked out. I would have had to stream with my phone in my hand or something. Anyway, so yeah, I'm sort of just straightening up my desk a little bit, and I don't always have my computer on my desk, obviously, but you know, for a stream, obviously I've got to have it close, so it kind of takes up a total of like that much space, and believe me, space is a precious commodity. But yeah, so a couple of videos that I saw today that it looks clean, Regina. Yeah, well, it might now. It didn't a little while ago. Couple of videos I saw today that I was super happy to see. I saw Mitz from My Life Mitz. She was working in her junk journal today, and she had purchased some of my journals back in like November, December last year, and so I got to see her like working in one of the journals that she bought from me, which was really fun to watch. It's neat to see, you know, how people actually use them, you know. And so you guys should check out her channel and look at some of the you know, the stuff that she does. She does a lot of different stuff as far as journaling, and you know, she's a planner girl kind of thing, I guess. I don't know, I don't like to categorize people, but she kind of is. Not, well, maybe not. She's more of a junk journaler, I guess. But so it's neat to see her using one of my journals. So, and then Elizabeth, yeah, I'll see if I can find it. If nothing else, I will link it in the description, because this will you know, upload to YouTube, and I'll definitely link it there. But yeah, My Life Mitts, she's pretty cool. She's really, really a sweet girl. I really like her a lot. She's actually from Canada, but she lives in Japan, and so yeah, and she's got a pretty good following. So I'm pretty excited that she's using my journal, you know, and she really likes them. So, and then Elizabeth did an unboxing, and that's oh my gosh, what is it? Oh, I feel terrible. I always forget. It's oh my god, it's like totally on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember. Yay, Canada, I know. What's her name? It's My Life Mitts. Hang on, let me try to find her. 1 second. Let's see if it'll let me. Let's see. Yeah, 2 videos that I was excited about, and Never Hopeless by Elizabeth. That's what I always forget the name of her channel, but so she did. I'll find the My Life Mitts one. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, they're right next to each other. Yay.
She thought it was something on my face, and so she started like picking at it like this.
1 second.
Like she thought it was garbage.
Copy. Where's my chat? There it is. Okay, so there's that's the link to the hi Heather. Hi. Yeah, it's Corrine, right? Yeah, Corrine. I'm not sure if I don't think that's the way she spells it, but you'll get it if you click that link. And then here's the other one, is Elizabeth's video. And she did like an unboxing video. And it was just really cute to watch her, you know, open her giveaway winnings. So
hey there, it's Elizabeth.
That was pretty fun to watch. She's got a lot of energy, and I mean, like, good energy. I really like her. So those were nice to wake up to. I can't wait to see what, you know, she does with some of those books too. So yeah, so there's a couple videos you guys could check out. You know, we don't get a chance to see what people do with our work on a regular basis. So that was really kind of a treat. And oh, you came from Elizabeth's channel. Yeah, it's Nairobi. Nice. Okay, from Mexico. Right on. Yay. Well, good. Welcome. Yeah, Elizabeth's pretty awesome. She's pretty awesome. I love hearing from her. So, and she's so supportive. It's really awesome. So anyway, so yeah, you think my desk looks clean and organized. It's I guess it is. I don't know. So like, I don't know, I've said a million times, I like to basically have everything I need at my fingertips, and well, at least within arm's reach. And so in moving my studio, that's, you know, basically what you know, I was trying to do. But a couple little journals that I finished up yesterday. And these are the little, like, traveler's notebook, single signature file folder journals. So this one is, hang on. And when I move everything, then I can't find anything. All right. So these are the 3.5 by 5.5. So I believe that is, oh, I lost my cheat sheet. So if anybody knows the Traveler's Notebook sizes, then if you wouldn't mind, maybe tell me what size that is, what they call it. But it's 3.5 by 5.5 Traveler's Notebook size. And I'm trying to be conscious of that, trying to make my journals usable in the Traveler's Notebooks. So, and yes, Regina. Yes, Regina, this is just a little, and sorry, my hands, guys, you know, they're always covered with soot or ink or something, but anyway, yeah, this is a distressing tool, and there's a little tiny razor, in between each of those little notches, and you just, it works best if you kind of hold it, you know, right at the corner there, just for support, and then pull towards you, and it'll just kind of rough up the edge of the paper a little bit. And if you want to, you know, really kind of go to town, you can go back and forth, and you can just like work a little area, you know. And I mean, that works, and I use it just because I have it, but well, see, a pair of scissors, you'll cut the paper. If you're careful, though, you can just use a pair of scissors, too. But that is a little bit more controllable. So, well, I really distress that piece of paper, but that's okay. You know, I'll just take it and kind of work it and use it torn, you know. You want all of my creations, Anne. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. And you have some of my creations. So, and thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like. So, you've not looked at any of my videos, Nairobi? Well, that's good. You got something to do now. Yeah, well, you might be able to use it as a thread cutter. But anywho, yeah, so that's a distressing tool. So that one, and then, hi, Phaedra. Hi, Carla. Hi, you guys. Okay, so this is another one of many that I'm trying to finish up, and this also will fit a Traveler's Notebook. Again, I can't remember the name of it. It's kind of like when you go to Starbucks and, you know, you like small, medium, large, but it's really what, tall, grande, venti, you know? So I don't remember where did I put my, I completely lost my ruler. Oh, there, I put it back. Go figure. So this one is, these are going to measure 5 3/4 by 4. So this is the A6 size. This is the A6 size, and I believe this is the passport. Yes, you're right. That's it. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, so this is the passport size, which I love. And then this would be the A6, or they call it something else too. I don't know. I don't get all those paper sizes. It comes from the printing industry, though. I figured out it's a way that it's like a how they'll cut. I don't remember what the original size of the piece of paper is that they actually cut down, but it's gigantic. And so those, the A1, A2, A3, all of those sizes are a portion of that giant piece of paper that, you know, the industry has, you know, is very standard. It's very like standardized. So that's where they get that A6 size from. It's what portion of that giant piece of paper that they're referring to. So, and it's always like half of the one previous to it, or prior, whatever, previous, prior, whatever. Anyway, so I have about 40 of these little guys that I'm trying to get finished up so I can list them. So I thought I would just work on those today, if that's okay with you guys. Hi, Paula. ASHS Vision. Someone did a shout out for your channel recently. I've been watching some of your videos. Nice. Vision, what is your name, if you don't mind, so I know what to call you? I could just call you Vision. That's nice. Ashley. Okay, Ashley. I'll try to remember. I think the ASH, that should help. Ashley. Nice. Well, thank you for watching my videos. That's awesome. Yeah, it's interesting how people just kind of stumble upon your channel, and so it's really nice. I've gotten some really awesome support from the whole community, and I'm pretty happy about it. So, and I definitely want to do like a room tour video now that I've got everything for the most part where I want it, and kind of rearrange. I'm trying to eliminate this dark area right here for you guys. But it's not working. Anyway, so how's that sound if I just work on some journals, you guys? I know you guys want to do like the art tiles and some other stuff that people have requested. I do want to make the, I'd kind of like to show you guys one of these days, the quilled paper flowers that, I don't use them necessarily in my journals that much, but they're really cool. And, I mean, I could show you guys how to make them, but we'll have to plan that out. So, hang on just a second. They're kind of dusty. So maybe I could either do a tutorial, or we could do it, well, I guess I could live stream it, but because it'll record and upload anyways. But just these little thanks, Paula. Hi, Shelly. They're just they're quilled paper flowers, and these are made with different kinds of like handmade paper and like art paper, you know, that I get like at the art supply store. So, but they're all made out of paper, and I used to do a lot of paper quilling, and I had quilled paper cards on my Etsy shop for a while. Paper quilling is one of the most tedious crafts on the planet. That and tatting. I've never attempted tatting, but one of these days I'm going to. And my giant glue gun bit the dust, so hopefully if I have time today, I need to go get a new glue gun. So I have to use the little tiny one at the moment. It's kind of a never-ending process. You know, you guys are, often I get comments about my tray, you know, and it's always changing and always getting reorganized and beefed up. So I did actually add some stuff to my tray the other day. I added a bunch of butterflies and birds and things like that. And then what else did I add in there? Oh, these little leaves. These are just like paper leaves that come out of there that I've painted. And then they're I think I used some like I don't know, some kind of I always forget what things are called, and I'm sorry, you guys. But so I painted them, and then I used like a mica powder, you know. Oh, what is that stuff called? Do you spend different days doing different stuff and then do journaling? You mean like, well, I don't actually journal. You mean making journals, Regina? Yeah, I do. I mean, I do what I want to do, but, right? Like as I'm making my journals, as I'm kind of finishing them up, I sort of get to this point where I feel like I just don't have what I want to use, you know, and then yeah, I'll take some time and kind of look around my studio and figure out what it is, what's going to inspire me to kind of keep going. And that's always going to be, for me, that's always going to be the materials, the paper, the fabric, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, sometimes I'll take a day and just put together things to use. Do you guys want to see my big giant? I do have a lot made ahead of time. Thanks, Phaedra. That came about out of frustration with these. I'm just like I have to have things just there for me to grab, and that seemed to be the easiest way to accomplish that. But do you guys want to see my giant tray of, well, one of my giant trays of paper stuff that I use in my journals? Well, I'm going to show you. So, there's this. And this helps me a lot. Like, I can't even describe to you what's in here really, but it's just a little bit of everything. And this is kind of what I work out of a lot. And so they're kind of just arranged by size, right? I know. I know. I don't know if you guys can tell by the camera angle, but, you know, it's like the smaller. I'm sure you are, Paula. I laugh at myself all the time. I know. It's insane. It's crazy. So, yeah, this kind of goes from small to large. And this is just an old box. That was something my son got something in the mail, and I know. It's crazy. So just everything goes in here, you know. Like, okay, so I got those little stamps from oh, what are they? See, I can't remember anything. Oh my god. The Cavallini stamps. Okay, I got two of these little sets of the Cavallini stamps, and I really like this set. The numbers, and is this for the stuffers or for signature? This is for stuffers, Regina. This is this is stuffers. And then I got this set. It's just like this is the one they call curiosities. So it's all those. But I really like the number one the best. So anyways, I was just, you know, taking scraps of paper, coffee dyed paper, and you know, stamping stuff on them, and so I did a whole bunch, and well, they just go in there, you know. And I guess I spend a certain amount of time, probably half of my time, doing this kind of stuff, and then the other half of the time actually assembling journals or working on journals. So, and when I say that I'm trying to use up something, like, I mean it, like, because I want to get it out of this box. So I have all of these. These are pieces of the giant coloring book that I got from Michael's. It's really heavy cardstock paper, you know, and I mean, I've made journals out of this paper, and I've done all kinds of stuff with it. But I'm going to use it at some point. It's all going to get used one way or the other. So I have like that much left. The one with the eye. Oh, yes, you do need that, Shelly. You do need that. This little stamp. I could stamp it for you a bunch of times on some different paper, kind of spread them out and send it to you. I can do that for you. I know watching live streams like with Dee Dee Willingham and stuff, and some of those ladies, like she will spend a day just you know, cutting out stuff on her like her Cricut and stuff, or the scan and cut, and then she'll just share those cutouts with her friends and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's Cavallini, Shelly. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that for you, Shelly. Absolutely. So do you want to see the other tray, you guys? That's just one tray. The other one's bigger. I didn't even really show you what's in that, but okay, here comes the other one. It's heavy. This is the other one. Yeah, so this has like the bigger stuff in it. And these are all postcards. This is some like greeting cards that I've coffee dyed. There's a bunch of ephemera in here. Just, you know, weird stuff. Some pictures. This is where all of the, I know it's huge. This is where I have all of the bridge score sheets that I've picked up. What's back there? Oh, yeah. And then these are like printouts, you know, printed. These are from a Dover book, basically, is what I'm trying to say. All these cards in that particular size range. There's a whole bunch of them in the other tray that are smaller. I've got the real small glassine bags in here, the smaller ones. Bunch more postcards. These are some little like collection cards here, like these little guys, ephemera type of stuff. Tally cards over here. These are like taller sort of pieces of paper that won't fit anywhere else. And then this is just this little tray. Inside this tray, this is all advertising that I've cut out of old vintage magazines and stuff like that. So anyway, so that's kind of what I work out of. Also, that one's on my left, and the other one's on my right. And then I've got the little tray. Let's see. Oh, and then this one. There's this one. I know. I'm insane, you guys. Okay. And then this little guy just has weird little odds and ends in there. I spend a lot of time flipping through things, you know. And I just can't throw anything away. That's the thing. And then I've got this little tiny tray that has just little cards in it, little punched out like tags. And that's just basically the tip of the iceberg. Thanks, Shelly. I would love to do workshops. I think that would be so fun, and I would love somebody to come over and like do this with me. It would be so fun. My mom keeps telling me that I should oh, and then of course oh goody, Anne. So I don't know if you guys are onto the cookie butter thing, but I'm like completely addicted to it. Oh, I have been for a while. I'm just now coming out of the closet, but so now they've got the cocoa swirl cookie butter from Trader Joe's. Yeah, I can't live without it now. The chocolate one, so good. Oh my god! If you guys have never tried cookie butter, get into it. The handwritten letters. Yeah, I do. Oh, here. This is so. A lot of the time, you know, stuff doesn't. Like it's too like fragile or something, you know, to be used on its own, you know, like it just, especially like the old ephemera, you know, it's been around the block, and a lot of it is It's just too fragile. It won't stand up to wear and tear at all. So that's when a lot of times I use it in the clusters. Yes, I am in the Pacific Northwest. I'm in Spokane. Yeah, Spokane, Washington. So, or sometimes like things are just so cool, like you just want to be able to see little details of them, you know. And so that's when they kind of go into the cluster, like, you know, embellishment tray. So this little notebook, like I just like the writing on here. Oh, you're in Portland? Okay, Ashley. Yeah, I used to live in Portland. Well, for a while. For about a year. But I grew up in Lincoln City. You could come to a workshop. Well, you know what? You could just come anyway and hang out for, you know, a couple days or whatever. We have a guest room, so that'd be fun. Anyway, so, you know, I just will at some point, like this old birthday card, you know, I want to draw attention to the details of the card, you know, and when I see something like this, I see all of those elements. Like I see each of these butterflies. Like I would fussy cut these out maybe, or even just, you know, tear them out. Like right now, like I'll just tear out a butterfly and use that on the corner of a page or something. So, yeah. Anyway, so this is kind of my little pile of, and then I'll go in there. This is just my pile of stuff that I added, or I want to add to my tray. Just weird little things, some tickets and stuff like that. I like things that have a lot of little teeny tiny details. Okay, Ashley, that'd be awesome. Yeah, well, growing up in Lincoln City wasn't really that fun. When I was a teenager, it was really, really, really boring. This is an old, what do they call it? Telegram. And some of the pages out of those insurance premium books. These are some of the pages that were in those. So definitely want to use those. Some old pictures, and then these are just basically scraps off of things, you know, and even if there isn't necessarily anything on it, like I just want to save that piece of paper because I just like the way it tore, and it's naturally worn and weathered, you know. And I mean, why work to create that kind of look when you have it right there, you know? You don't need a distressing tool. It's already as distressed as it's going to get. So, oh, one thing I added in here that I really wanted to show you guys was in that huge box of ephemera that I bought, there was a bunch of ration books. And these are so cool to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I get emotional looking at these too. But they had the stamps in them, all of the ration stamps. So I'm not 100% sure like how they went about doing this, but each of these little stamps represents like coffee or, you know, flour or things like that, you know. And I think that they would like go to get their rations, and they were only given like, you know, a certain number of stamps, and they had to cash in these tickets to get their you know, their rations. And anyway, so like here's some of the coffee ones. So I'm using these in my little clusters, you know. And you know, there's people in the world right now that will recognize these, and they'll, if they saw that, they would know exactly what that is. You know, people that are alive today, they will remember using those. So, anyway, the 40s. Phaedra, you might have your grandmother's ration books. Yeah, and you know, obviously, like if these belong to my family, or if these were somebody in my family that these belong to, I would not be tearing them up. I would be saving them too, you know. But yeah, a certain amount of stamps based on your family size. Yeah, Ashley, I think that's right. Yeah. Just part of our history, you know, and it's really cool to be able to use it in some way other than, you know, just putting it away in a box. So, and that probably would make somebody cry if they were, you know, remembered using that. So, anywho, yeah, you guys like my tray, which I think is cool. Because it definitely was born out of necessity. So, yeah, I'm just going to try to work on these journals a little bit. And if you guys have questions about anything, you know, I'm all about it. I need another tray is part of the problem, because I do have a ton of these things. Yeah, it was a cool score. Hooligan Mama, I apologize, but I can't remember what your first name is. So this, I used the cover of a box that I got some what's it called, the onion skin paper. Josie. Okay, Josie, thank you. I am definitely not super great with names. So I replaced my you know, pad on my inking tool. It was like falling apart. I was getting like little crumbles of gunk everywhere. My son made this on his lathe, and I just really like the way it feels in my hand, and I never lose it, and it just sits there on my ink pad all the time. And I'm trying to use up this, this is the fabric that silk came in from India, so I'm trying to use this up, and it is really, really hard to tear it. So, so I wind up cutting it and then just kind of stretching it in all kinds of weird ways to make it. Oh, hi. Hi, Susan. It's Susan, right? Hottie Popo. Like I said, I'm super bad with names. I'll get it though. I'll get it. So a certain amount of, you know, frayed or unruly fibers and stuff is good. Like, it's okay, you know. I'm not too concerned about that. I like the way that looks. Some people hate the like the threads not being trimmed on when things are stitched on the sewing machine, but I like it. I like it when they're all frayed and fun. Oh my gosh, come out of there. I want this little number. And a stamp. See, I've got the computer there, so it's taking up what seems like half of my desk. Where's those stamps? They're there. So I just kind of pull out little piles. And go from there. Trying to use up all of this vellum. You know, I put stuff away and like I just never see it again. So if you guys could see the, oh, it's crazy. I'm going to stop saying that. It's not crazy. It's just who I am, and it's just what I do. And, you know, you guys understand. Other people in my life don't understand. So they've conditioned me to think that it's crazy. So I'm getting over it. I'm going to add one of these little pictures in here too. Oh, hi, Laura. Yes, I do. Sleepyhead. That's okay. I just got up for the day. Like, I slept until like 2 o'clock. Yeah, keep these women in line. You know? So I'll go like completely through the book. And, you know, basically do what I need to do to these envelopes and kind of get them cut open and then fill them up. And as I'm doing that, I'll add some little tabs with, you know, fabric and stuff like that. But I'll fill these as I go. With little things. Put a little bee in there. I like to add almost like surprises, you know. That's right, I do. I need tons of stuff. I need tons of stuff. You're right, Josie. So anyways, I'll just put a little bit of stuff in each one of these little glassine bag envelopes. And I'll add my tabs as I go through on the first run. People do like to make fun of what they don't understand, for sure. They do. That's what, you know, I feel like that's where racism starts. And I know that's a huge, you know, whatever, but, you know, we don't understand other people's cultures, and we're judgmental, you know, because we don't get it. What they do, the things they do in their culture seems weird, or and we're also afraid of things that we don't understand, you know, which creates hatred and that kind of thing. So all of my kids, their dad is black, and you know, it's just something that I've you know, had to live with them, and not ever had any, you know, horrible experiences with anybody, but I've definitely experienced a lot of racism in very subtle ways in my life with my children. So That's right, Ashley. That's right, Ashley. And I guess, I'm still at that point where I'm like, really? Like, I found you guys? Because it feels really good. And, still trying to get used to the idea that, I'm not going to be judged for doing what I'm doing. So... Yeah, Ashley, it's different, people don't really understand until they walked in those shoes. So I spend a lot of time getting frustrated going through all these boxes of stuff, which is why I have this tray. And my fat fingers could get something out of there. So the only thing I don't like about it is that all those little compartments are pretty small. Yeah, Sarah, that's a whole other conversation. But I guess that's what we're here for. But yeah, and I don't know, here in Spokane, I've not really had anything horrible as far as like blatant, racism or, hatred or anything like that. But never anything that was like scary or something, But we lived in Oklahoma for a little while. And I was really surprised at the amount of that I felt there. So anyway, I'm happy to be home in Spokane. I need more salad. I ran out of salad for the kits, you guys, so I'm gonna have to make some more. So that's what I might be doing tonight, making more salad. My stash of confetti is in a drawer down there. Yeah, I just pulled out a little handful of it. Yes, salad, exactly. It's salad. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so I moved my like shipping kind of area, thing upstairs to my mom's office. She doesn't really use it. It's more just like a storage area. But you're a Black Haitian in Mexico. Right, Nairobi. I can not imagine that, but I can imagine. And yeah, it's really sad in a way. It's really sad. It's just ignorance. It just breeds so much fear and hatred and that kind of stuff. So I don't know. And at the same time, we don't want to be victims, right? Like we have to move forward. We have to, show people like that whatever they're feeling is not affecting us and that we're not afraid. So anyway. I hate this glue gun. I miss my big glue gun. So I'm just kind of embellishing the little tabby part of this pocket. And then I'll do something in the center. I always do that on in the center of my, hi Elizabeth! Hi, I watched your video today. You're so sweet. And I'm going to link it too in the recording that uploads. But, that was so cool to see you opening that. Oh my gosh. And it's funny because when I'm putting it together, when I was putting that stuff together, I was like, I wonder if that's enough, you know, like, I wanted to just keep putting stuff in there. I have so much stuff, you guys. I decided what I'm going to do is, because Shelly, you were talking last night about the cost of postage, you know, it's like, it's crazy. So, yeah, absolutely. I could tell. I'm so glad you liked it. You liked those little books, huh? With the like Midori kind of style books. I haven't made any of those for a long time. I made those a couple of years ago. So, and I keep thinking I should make more, but I have some like covers that I've made, like, you know, fabric covers that I've considered, you know, just selling those just without anything inside of them. But yeah, anyway, I forgot where I was going. But yeah, so I try to make a kind of a statement usually in the center of the signature. And so lately I've just been using these little guys, you know, these little tags that I made up with like some kind of verbiage on there. I try to mismatch them, you know, so that they're not matchy-matchy. I don't like matchy-matchy. Oh my gosh, my stomach's growling. Ashley, I'm gonna subscribe to your channel too. I haven't done that, and I apologize, you guys, if I am kind of lax in, you know, getting out there and like watching a lot of your videos and commenting on your videos. I am still kind of getting used to the idea that like this is kind of what I'm doing now, like as my job, so to speak. So I need to work on some time management stuff, I think. And I really think that working on my sleep and sleeping during normal people hours might help. I don't know. I don't like sleeping at night. I don't like it. But anyways, I'm working on it. Yeah, Elizabeth, I know. I feel a little bit scared that, you know, I've made that commitment that I'm just gonna go for it and try to support myself doing this. So, you know, I have some help. Like I have support from my family and my boyfriend and my mom and that kind of stuff. So that's nice. We don't all have that luxury, I know. And I didn't have that luxury until recently, so I'm just grabbing it. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, see, I wind up going back and forth with because I really love these little, just these little random numbers and stuff from that set. So just using them on my tags. I'm going to put something else teeny in there. There. Nope, that's too small. Reuse to Muse. Spark Central. Or there's a place in Liberty Lake where they welcome creative classes. You know, I always thought it would be really fun to be like an art teacher. For like kindergartners, you know. I'm glad, Elizabeth, that you're feeling like using it up. The thing is that I know like I'm never going to use it all up, but I'm going to try. What would we do if we used it all up, right? You know, it would be gone and then we wouldn't have anything to do, but yeah, for sure. I'm glad that you're feeling that way because it's motivating, you know. It's like I'm motivated to work by this stuff, you know. That's what does it for me. So I'm just putting a little heart tag in each side of that. So teaching art to high schoolers is super fun, but I taught homeschool high schoolers. You taught art, Elizabeth? Yeah, bye. Hi, Carrie. Thank you for your subscribing. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I'm working on my a junk journal that I have a whole bunch of that I am working on, actually. And I'm going to put a playing card in there. So I'm trying to be productive and hang out with you guys. And you bought circle punches, Laura? Right on. Are you going to make up a little box like that with little stuff to use? Yeah. See, and I forgot to add like some fabric tabs on here. Let's see. Do I want to use? So I'm just going to use a little piece of rickrack on this page. And maybe a little heart. Yep. And a little heart. You want to learn how to make a junk journal, Carrie? Yeah, they're super fun. They're super fun, and they're a really good way to use up, you know, leftover stuff. Of course, I'm not necessarily using up leftover stuff. I'm actually, you know, starting with new stuff, new old stuff. But yeah, I have a bunch of videos of, you know, journals that I've made. I don't really have a lot of tutorials necessarily, but there's tons of them out there. Just, you know, a whole bunch of the people on this in the chat have, you know, videos on junk journaling, and there's a lot of support on YouTube in that department for sure. So I have these little pieces of greeting card that I cut up, and I just want to add a little something on the corner. Ooh, look at this sparkly, yeah, sparkly rickrack. So it seems like there's, yeah, we've got, it looks like 26 people. It seems like a good day, maybe. Wednesday? Yeah. Is Wednesday a good day for you guys? It's looking like it might be. Let's see. Oh, I want to use a tiny bit of this. Sorry, reading the chat. Yeah, Carrie, there's so many awesome videos on junk journals on YouTube. It's awesome. And I have a link, or I'll put my list of which I'm trying to update, but I have a list of people that I started out watching. A lot of the people on my list are people that I started out watching. Not necessarily, comprehensive of all of the people that I subscribe to or anything like that. But a lot of the people that are on my list of YouTube channels are people that I found inspiration with initially. So, hi, Clara. Excuse me. So just to kind of keep, so that I know that you're talking specifically to me, just if you don't mind, just type your question or comment or whatever in all caps, and that way I'll be able to see that it's directed at me. Hi, Emily. Hi, Laura. When did I start doing this? I'm not really sure. I mean, I've been playing with paper for a really long time. That's what it is for me, is the paper. I just love it. I love anything made out of paper. And I've always loved cutting it and playing with it, and the sound of paper. But, well, I'm glad you made it, Laura. Thank you. The junk journals, I think I probably started making junk journals, if that's what you're asking, probably a couple years ago. And when I first started, I was watching a lot of Shannon Green and, like I said, Dee Dee Willingham and, other artists. And I wasn't doing this like vintage sort of style. I was actually very resistant to that. Like I felt like, so many people are making vintage style junk journals. And I kind of wanted to do something different, but then I just found myself really attracted more and more to the ephemera, and so that's kind of how I don't like to use the same thing over and over again, and I keep grabbing the same like element. So it's been a couple years. Do you guys want to see some of my old junk journals that I made? Look, that's a Babe Ruth stamp. Yeah, I don't journal. So why did I get into journal making? Because I like making books. I like the paper. I like playing with the paper. And something about stacks of paper is just, it's just yummy to me. And I think what really started me making books was having all of my painty papers and not having anything to do with them. And so I started basically, binding them in different ways and using them as like covers for like notebooks and things like that. Some of the stuff that Elizabeth showed in her unboxing video today, those are the books that I kind of started out making. I think you showed the cool old books last week. I think I did show some of my old junk journals before. Yeah. or journals. I don't know if I call them junk journals. But anyway, so I just really liked the junk journaling idea. I just thought, gosh, you know, what a cool way to use up a bunch of stuff. You know. Hi, Dawn. I don't know if I said hi to you when you came in, but yeah, and I've always loved just the tactile nature of paper. You know, it's just so soothing to me. The sound of it, the feel of it, the taste of it. I don't know about the taste, but you know what I mean. Thank you, Phaedra. Thank you for the compliments, you guys. And the thing is that, I mean, with any form of expression or art, you know, you have to do it for you. You have to do what makes you feel good and what is satisfying to your soul, you know, and not for anybody else. And I feel like if you're able to do that and kind of stick to your guns on that, then you're going to produce better work, and people are going to naturally be attracted to it. I just really feel that way. Otherwise, it's sort of forced. And, well, for me anyway, you know, I can only speak for myself. So, but I just, which is part of the reason that I've been really resistant to doing, like custom journals, because, you know, I've done it before, not necessarily with junk journals, right? But I've done it with other things like cards and jewelry that I've made, and it winds up sometimes just being such a battle, and it's hard for me to create something that I'm really proud of when I'm sort of doing it to someone else's specifications. You know, that's just me, maybe, but I mean, I'm willing to do some custom work. I'm willing to do it. If I do, like, I am definitely going to have to set down some very clear expectations and, you know, some ground rules. So, just saying, you know, I'm not trying to be weird about it. It's just hard for me to do it. So, the avocado dyeing. Yeah, I want to do that too. Jane, I'm reading your comment. Watching the part where you show how you organize. Well, I'm like I've said before, like, I feel like I'm not really organized because half the time I can't even find what I'm looking for. But so I guess at some level I'm organized. And I have glue strings all over me. Okay. Just trying to find something else to put in this pocket. I think we're going to use a piece of coloring book. Yep. Yeah, Phaedra, I mean, you have to make it for yourself. And I seriously think that if you're able to... glue strings. If you can do that and just not even care, like, just don't even care what anybody else thinks about it, you know, then I just feel like you produce better work. You produce work that people like. So, because they can feel you in it. They can feel your your spirit in it, or something like that. And you had a reaction to some avocado dyed paper. That's interesting. So don't you do it just with the skin, right? Like, imagine. Bye, Elizabeth. Thank you for coming and hanging out. And thanks for, you know, all your support. I appreciate it. Take care. Okay, so this little guy, I've got some little tabs on all the pages. I've filled all the pockets with stuff. So I just want to add a few. I want to get these glue strings off me. I just want to add, I'm going to make a couple little piles of like ephemera that I want to clip in with some paper clips. And I try to do that in all of my books. And just add a couple little, you know, like bundles of paper. Journaling cards, I guess you would call them. Hi, Julie. I didn't say hi to you either. Hi. Oh, Laura. Oh, that's... Don't be sorry. I'm not going anywhere. And, you know, I will, you know, I try to have... I've been trying to keep some kind of... you know, promotion or something like that going. So, you know, maybe not all the time, but, you know, you do what you can do, and they're not going anywhere. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Patricia. How you doing today? You are a new subby, Julie? Right on. Yay! I'm getting better at this, you guys. I'm getting better at it. I never thought in a million years that I would be live streaming, that anybody would even ever want to watch me making my books. So my mom gave me these little scraps of marbleized paper that I just want to add in here. Because I like how the colors work. So I will try to attach this on a page that might not necessarily be used for journaling on, which, you know, for writing on. And where it's not next to, say, a pocket filled with stuff. Like, I try to space this kind of stuff out a little bit in the book. So this one. And also, it's got to be attached to a page that can stand up to it, you know. Laura, you have a piece of this like marble paper that you're hoarding. Yeah, my mom does, she does, oh, I missed a pocket there. Look at that. My mom does decoupaged lampshades, and they're just beautiful. She does all kinds of different, you know, she's a collector of paper too. Not nearly as obsessive about it as I am, and I'm gonna glue this pocket shut because it's kind of, but she does some beautiful lampshades, and she does like she makes bowls. What's it called? Paper mache. She has like paper mache and stuff. But anyway, the other thing that she's doing, I'm gonna kind of plug my mom here for a second, but she makes beautiful, beautiful jewelry out of basically recycled or upcycled junk jewelry. So she's making these gorgeous like pendants and pins and things like that. And I personally think that they're kind of junky, you know what I mean? And I like that. Like she's used some puzzle pieces and things like that in her work. And so I'm thinking that it would be kind of fun to okay, Phaedra, thank you for coming and visiting and hanging out. It was awesome. Bye. See you again soon. Anyway, so I'm considering, you know, adding a few of her pieces of jewelry to, you know, like a section in my Etsy shop, and just kind of see how that goes for her. And, you know, it is 2 silver oranges, right? So my mom could maybe be the second silver orange. I don't know. My mom and I have been in business together before, and it didn't work out very well, but I just kind of want to help her figure out if that's something that she wants to do. So anyway, no, she doesn't have her own Etsy shop, Regina. Not yet. Not right now. But maybe on Sunday. Okay, Nairobi. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I will try to keep it up. Definitely. So I'm going to live stream again on Sunday. So I think I'm going to try to do Sunday and Wednesday. Basically like 4 p.m. I think is a good time. And I can go for a couple hours. So, you know. Anyway, so what I'm doing right now. So anyways, next on Sunday, what I could do is I could show you guys some of my mom's jewelry and stuff. And, you know, maybe even make a separate little short video just kind of introducing her jewelry, because I think that a lot of people who enjoy junk journaling would also really, really like her jewelry. So anyway, Ashley, is that a good time? Good. Yeah, it seems like, you know, it's working out pretty well for 30 people or so, so that's good. Yeah, Sunday and Wednesday. And then my shipping days, just in case anybody is, you know, waiting for an order from me or anything like that. I shipped out yesterday, but there was a holiday this week, so it got pushed out to Tuesday. But right now I'm trying to do my shipping days on Mondays and Thursdays. So if you place an order with me, you know, just be aware of whatever day it is. It's going to get shipped either on a Monday or a Thursday. And that's just the way it has to work out for me. So I can't, it just takes, it's time consuming, but, you know, because I have that in a whole other room, and I like to just kind of do all of it all at one time rather than doing a shipping, you know, thing every day. I have to work on like managing my time that way. And so anyway, so I'm just working on a closure for this. Sometimes I do it before I fill the book, but I kind of forgot about it. I forgot to do it. So I usually will attach like the, I call it the hardware, before I fill the book. There you go, Laura. That's funny. Don't make this too much like work. No, I know. No, for sure, Regina, you're right. I don't, but I do need to take it seriously at the same time, you know, like if I'm going to be able to succeed, I think. I can't just fly by the seat of my pants all the time, you know. Oh my goodness. You guys, Laura is a kick in the pants. I tell you what. She keeps me entertained via email. I agree. I agree. So Laura, I set my desk up kind of almost like how you have yours right by the window there. So right by the window in the den. And oh my gosh. See, this is what happens. Where's the hitch posts? There they are. So I have the sun. I have the sun. I'll get sun in the morning if I ever see morning, actual morning. But the stapler. I know Laura's my cheerleader. You're my cheerleader. This is a Tim Holtz. This is the Tim Holtz tiny attacher. That's what this is. I use the crap out of this thing. And, you know, I'm constantly buying the staples for it. Like every time I go to, Oh, this? Yeah. This is the what do they call it? The big mouth or something. I want to get the smaller one. I don't have the smaller one, like the actual crocodile one. I just have this one, but I don't know. I'm keeping my eye out for the smaller handheld one because, you know, this one's so bulky. I got this for doing the like Midori journal covers, you know, so I could reach the center to do the hole in the center. That's why I have that size. Yeah, I'd like to have one of the little handheld ones. I'll probably get one and use a coupon or something. But definitely not at Joann's, and I'm still mad at Joann's. What does that big thing do? So what it does basically is it has a bunch of different settings. Like it will punch a hole, and then yeah, it's We Are Memory Keepers. Yeah, it's We Are Memory Keepers. So, oh, are you leaving, Ashley? Oh, anyway, so I'm just going to talk. But, so it punches holes. It punches 2 different size holes. And what it does is it sets eyelets. So, these little guys in 2 different sizes. So it'll do like the larger ones. Yeah, I like the, I don't have the, so this one is what they call the big mouth crocodile, I think. Big mouth or something like that, right? Doesn't, yeah, this is the crocodile 2. The crocodile is the smaller one. Okay, yes, Ashley. Good night. And thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. We'll see you again soon, hopefully on Sunday. And then it also does the small, tiny one. So that's what I was trying to show you. So it punches a hole, and then basically what it does when you insert the you punch the hole, and then you put the eyelet in there, and then what it does at the very end, at the very tip here, it smashes that together so that it makes it like, you know, permanent. And it kind of like smushes out the back side of it. Okay, it like opens up the back side of it so that's not going to, you know, slip out. Yeah, I have the, so the corner chomper. I like the corner chomper too. Only thing I don't like about the chomper is that, you know, if you don't empty it pretty regularly, it, oh, hi, Elizabeth. If you don't empty this pretty regularly, it can get, this whole inside here can get like just packed full of stuff. I took the little cover off. It had a cover, you know, to hold all the stuff in there, and I didn't even realize that it did that when I first bought it. But, yeah, it gets, you know, and I actually oil mine every now and then with 3-in-1 oil. How do you see if it's lined up in the hole? Well, here, let me do one real quick. And I'll see if I can get stuff close enough. So I'll do a larger one so that you can, you know, hopefully see. So on this particular one, you set it, this slides back and forth, okay? So at the very back setting is for the 3/16 size hole and eyelet. So the eyelet will come in, it'll say 3/16 on the packaging. The other size is the 1/8 inch, and it's a smaller size. It sounds like it's bigger, but it's actually smaller. So anyways, the 3/16 or the 1/8 inch size, and this can do either one. There's a ton of different types of eyelets on the market. You know, some have a little washer that goes on the back and stuff like that. And the instructions for this book, or for this tool, are okay. Instructions for this tool are actually pretty comprehensive, and there's tons of videos of how to use it. But so I'll just show you basically like how it works. So I'll just punch like a large hole in this tag. Okay. So you can see that it's punching right there because I moved this lever. I moved this part back to that position where it says the 3/16. Okay, so I punched that hole. So then these little guys at the bottom, this thing, it lifts up and then it turns like it's like a little cube in there. Okay, so each one of these does different things, but I know that that particular one, so that one is the one that I want. And in their instruction booklet, it tells you based on what type of eyelet you're using, which setting to use. So this has a number on it. The one on the bottom has a number, and the one on the top has a letter. So basically there's a large and small on the top. Okay, so this pulls down, and then you can turn it, and then you push it back up to lock it in place. Okay, so that part, that like pointy part, is going to smash that eyelet. It's going to smush it against that kind of rounded part on the bottom, and that's going to cause that eyelet on the bottom to kind of like splay out and open, and it'll attach permanently to the paper. So let me grab an eyelet, and then this is why I like the handheld one, like the smaller one, because this thing is heavy. So basically, you know, you'll just take your eyelet and insert it in the hole. Okay, so you know it's sticking out on the bottom there. So then you want that pointy part to go in the center of the hole. Okay. Oh, whoops. You have to slide this lever up. So moving this lever is what causes either this thing to go, or that thing to go, or that thing to go. So you have to move the lever to the right position. Now see how those are moving now as opposed to that moving. So that makes the front like chomper part go. Yeah, I know. I want to get the smaller one. So, but it's the same basic idea. So anyways, you basically just want the whole of the eyelet in on that little pointed part, okay? The top part of the eyelet, the part that is like the positive side. Anyway, and then you just smash and see how it like splays out the back. So that's like permanently attached, you know. Since it's kind of like coned, or, you know, it's like a I know. Okay, Laura. Yeah, but I just thought, you know, that I didn't understand like how this goes to all the different settings and stuff when I first got it. So yeah, put the eyelet in the hole, then you can see where it's going. I guess that was a pretty simple explanation, but I just wanted to show you. You just never know how detailed of an explanation people want. Anyway, so I'm going to do a ball chain closure on here. And I think that's what I'm going to do on all of these little journals. Where's my chain? Oh, there it is. So that, and then I don't think I'm hanging a bunch of charms. Oh, okay. Okay, Laura. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard to know, like, how much explanation someone wants. So, yeah, I wasn't trying to, you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, if you want to use eyelets, yeah, if you want to use eyelets, they're nice. Those are definitely a must. You can get a little, like, manual thing where you know, you put everything together and it has like this little like metal piece that you set over it, and it has a base, and you know, you hammer it together, but that just seems like a real hassle to me. So anywho, so basically I picked up some more of the Tim Holtz ball chain just because I like the colors of the chain and stuff. I have a bunch of silver ball chain, but anyway, so I'm not gonna do a separate set of charms on here. I'm just gonna put some charms on the closure chain. But I added these extra eyelets on here so that, you know, the end user could do that if they want to. They could add just a little ring there and hang some of their own charms and stuff. You still use the hammer on the really tiny ones? Yeah, I know. Eyelets they're cool. You can do all kinds of stuff with them. So I don't think I could live without that thing, but I really do. I am going to get one of the smaller ones. Because this one, I don't know, it's just so heavy, you know. I mean, I'm strong, but still, it's like... Anyway, so I want to put on each one of these little guys. I try to, you know, do... When I'm working on, like, a series of journals, I try to have some consistency in, you know, the amount of embellishment that, you know, each journal has. So that they're all kind of even, you know, even Steven. It's funny, my boyfriend's name is Steven. So I'm going to use one of my little art tiles on each one. And then I've got this... Oh, you guys, I have so many little containers with stuff. Okay, I'm adding one of those. This is just one of those little things. Thank you, Anne. Thank you. I want to do like a tutorial on the tiles one of these days. So I picked up this was 150 grams of gears off of Amazon. And if you go on Amazon and search up, you know, just like watch part gears or something like that, you might come across this product, and they're nice. Like, they're real heavy duty. Like, they feel nice, finished. They're very finished. Like, and they were bigger than I thought they were going to be. Anyway, I just want to tell you that it worked out pretty well, because they're better quality than I actually expected. But it was like $10 for all of those, which I thought was pretty fair. So I'm also using like a little washer, maybe a peace sign, and let's see, the charm box. Well, it's not really the charm box. It's more just the catch-all box, but let's see. But I use that little key too. A tostada and champagne? Right on. Does life get any better than that? Hi, Jamie. Hi. I know. Well, tostadas definitely need champagne, right? And then there's this box of random stuff. Oh, there's a couple buttons. So sometimes I'll just sit there and like take buttons and attach them to jump rings. You know, like the buttons that have like the backs that stick up a lot, you know, I'll use them like this. So anyway, just gonna feed this stuff onto this chain. And these are gonna go just on the closure. And in about 15 minutes, I've got to go, and I have an appointment. So I'm going to sign off in about 15 minutes, guys. And then I've got work to do tonight. All right, and then that's just going through that eyelet in the back. And I should have checked the length on the chain before I cut it, to see if it was the right length. But I've done this a few times, so I sort of know how long to make that chain. So yeah. It's Wine Wednesday. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Dawn. I have my great-grandma's button box and buttons. Yeah, I have a thing for buttons. Yeah, I just love them. Like, I'm always looking at the button lots on eBay and just wishing I could have every one of them. So, thanks, guys. So, yeah, so this is one more down. And I've got a whole bunch more. So that took a couple hours. You know, I probably work a little bit faster. because I've got to finish these, you guys, and get at least half of them done. My goal is to have at least half of them done by, let's say, Friday. Okay, half of those and half of these. So, anyways, and I probably am going to make some more. I want to take some more of these, like cutouts, or not cutouts, but like some of these words, and sort of mount them on some kind of like paper, you know, like another layer, you know, sort of like a lot of these are. These ones are all, you know, on a piece of cardstock or, you know, other kind of card or something. And I'd really like to do that with a lot of these, because I mean, they're nice, like in the clusters, you know, they're great as a single layer, but to use as an embellishment on a pocket, I like to have them mounted on something else. And then also, I need to make clusters really bad. So maybe, you know, while we're hanging out on Sunday, I can do some clusters. Yeah, I have a thing for everything. I know. I know. Yeah, I have a thing for everything. And I always forget that I have all of these little, you know, hook and eye things. Elizabeth, you can come over anytime. I'm in Spokane, Washington, and we have a spare bedroom that is really nice. My mom's got that all nice and ready for company. So if anybody wants to come and hang out, and you're going to be anywhere near Spokane, I would love that. So I have 5 done. 4 of the little, what did we call it? What size was it? Yeah, Sunday is cluster day. For sure, because I'm running out. See, I used one of my clusters on each one of these journals, and I just put together like 40, 50 journals, you know. So, oh, retreats. Oh my gosh, my Etsy's freaking out. A retreat. Let's see. Yeah, maybe in the summer. That would be fun. Give me some more ideas about that. Like, how would a person go about doing that? Running a retreat. My stomach will not stop growling. I've got to eat something, you guys. I gotta eat something. Yeah, Paula, you should come and make clusters. You should come and make clusters on Sunday. So, yeah, no, it's not a bad thing, Elizabeth. It's a good thing. My boyfriend's pretty funny. He knows the different sounds of, like, Etsy now. Anyways, it's fun. So, Paula, you have all your stuff together to make clusters? I'm trying to finish a baby girl junk journal, and it would help if everyone could just grab a page and help me get finished. Right, Jamie? I know. Mailing with all the crafty mama. I know, that would be so awesome, huh, Laura? We could all go to Shelley's and have a cluster fest. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. So I'm going to try to remember, like, who everybody like when you have, wait, I'm getting lost. I know, come help me use my stuff too. Yeah. So, you guys all down with doing, you're all down with doing, clusters on Sunday? So I won't make any. I won't make any until then. Yeah, when Shelly moves, my boyfriend and I already talked about it, and we're gonna have my short bus like shipped over to the islands, and she said we could live off grid on the in the rainforest with her. You know, somewhere away from where she's gonna be, but you know, in the same general area. I have to buy them separately. Does it come with the eyelets, or do you have to buy them separately? Yeah, right on. Yeah, so you guys get all your stuff together for your clusters, and we can do that together. That'll be fun. And then maybe we'll, if you guys are all like, I don't know if you guys are all in, you know, our I started a Facebook group. It's Junk Journal Connections. And so if you guys want to join that, just, you know, send a request. And I did ask a couple of questions, so, you know, answer the questions. And I like reading those, and, you know, at least I know that you're like real people and stuff. But, so join the Facebook group. And then I think maybe we should do something fun with clusters, like some kind of activity, or maybe a swap or something, like a cluster swap. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. Yeah. Right on. I'm glad you got dinner ready. Okay. So I'm going to sign off, you guys, and brush my hair, okay? Brush my hair and stuff like that. It's Junk Journal Connections. Here, I'll put it in the chat real quick. Let's see. Oops. Well, okay, let everyone know what to get ready for clusters. Okay, Laura, what do we need to get ready for clusters? Why is this not working? Okay, good night, Carla. Have a good night. And I cannot type in the... Thank you for coming and hanging out, Carla. Love you. Okay, Anne. Something is frozen with my chat, so I can't do it. Carla, or not Carla. Would somebody put Junk Journal Connections in the chat? Because it won't let me type in there. I don't know what's going on. I need to refresh it, I guess. Anyways. Thank you, Paula. Thanks, guys. So that's the name of the Facebook group. And so, you know, if you want to get prepared for doing clusters, I guess, you know, look at my tray, maybe. There's just all kinds of little bits and bobs, and, you know, you could start out with just, like some old postage stamps, or, you know, a lot of the scrapbook papers, the collections and stuff, they'll have, you know, pages where there's little tiny pieces that you could cut out. A lot of the Tim Holtz collections has, you know, tons of little elements that you can cut out. You can punch them out or whatever. You can do like I did with with that little stamp set. And, you know, I just punched like, or stamped like multiples of the same image, and then just punched them out with circle cutters or whatever, little heart-shaped ones or the scalloped edge ones, that kind of stuff. And then I would say, you know, something like this, like where, you know, just little scraps of fabric, lace, different edgings, trims, things like that, you know. And I just take it and basically cut it up into little pieces, usable pieces, and then, you know, I can tear them up smaller as I'm going along, but, and then I would say, you know, just small little pieces, like little cards. I have a bunch of scraps of book paper that I've, you know, gessoed, and, okay, that's okay, Carla. Yeah. So thank you. Have a good night. Anyway, so these are just like tear-offs, like scraps from other projects, you know, from when I've been making tags and things like that. Decoupaged book paper. You know, just don't throw stuff away, basically, you know, find another use for it. I mean, this is just a piece of, you know, paper from a book that I disassembled, and it has the fabric still on it from the book spine, you know, and so I saved it, and I'll use it in a cluster, you know what I mean? Just try to like see another use for whatever it is. That's, you know, I mean, if it's flat and it's somewhat interesting, I'll use it in a cluster, you know. That's kind of how those came about. So anyway, that's where I'm at. And we can, and the same with just words, you know. I mean, even just simple words. You could handwrite a bunch of words on a piece of paper and then, you know, cut them all out and then distress them individually or something like that. My boyfriend, Steven, has got amazing handwriting, and I'm trying super hard to get him to, you know, do some writing for me. But yeah, so text, book paper, text is great. Advertising, little pieces of advertising. I'm gonna actually share a whole bunch of files I have of advertising that I've scanned out of all of those old magazines and stuff, those vintage magazines, and I'll be sharing those in the Facebook group and stuff. So and then also like a bunch of the Dover images that, you know, that I've scanned. So anyways, all right, you guys, well, you have a good night, and I will see you on Sunday, and I will definitely post a couple more videos before then, and kind of do some flip throughs and let you guys see where I've gotten as far as completing all of these little minis. And I may have to take a break from those and work on something else, and then something else even, so who knows. Anyway, all right, well, love you guys. You take care. Thanks for, you know, hanging out. Bye. And I can't type anything. It won't let me, so